You know you were maybe dealing with an emotional fire starter when you're left like,
hey yo, what the fuck?
An emotional fire starter needs to create fires in order to feel some kind of emotional warmth. However, that same energy that's used to warm and to provide some form of warmth and sustenance to others around them is also the same energy that can be used to incinerate us completely. So it's not uncommon to experience them procuring arguments, disagreements and generalized drama in order to get that fuel for the fire. Really interesting archetype, because on the flip side you have the heat that makes them dynamic, that makes them interesting and makes them fun, very enjoyable to be around. Also the energy that is able to go from 0 to 100 really quick. So an emotional fire starter has a lot of these what the fuck moments where you're left scratching your head wondering, what is the drama? How did this fire spread so quickly? How did this drama go from something so minute in order to become a blazing fire, an inferno that's ready to bring down the whole building with you and them inside of it as well? And you're left there trying to apply a rational mind thinking, did I cause this? Is this something that I did? When in essence it's difficult to apply that logical process to a fire starter because it is passion without the ration, without the logical thought. They are on a mission to cause this eruption and to get this sustenance from the fires and the drama, the arguments that they are creating. Interestingly enough, the fire starter, just like the triad of a fire, needs 3 critical parts in order to maintain this emotional cycle. The triad structure remains the same, however we can replace it to 3 different types. First one being the catalyst. There has to be something that causes that initial spark within inside of them that causes this emotional reaction. Attention, they thrive on the attention. So you could say that in order to procure these dramas, these arguments, these disagreements, these confrontations, attention is a massive part of this triad and a massive part of how they get those needs met. And finally, the last part of the triad is the response. The response of the individual who then picks up the emotional ash or the emotional vomit of the fire starter. And these are the people that are left going, what the fuck did I do? How the hell did they get so agitated, so frustrated, so sad, so quickly? What the hell happened? What did I do? So if you're navigating someone who's an emotional fire starter, you can't always help the catalyst, because oftentimes the catalyst, as we said, is without ration. So you won't necessarily logically know what you did, and even if you take account for it, it's too late. The spark has happened. In the response and the intention that you're willing to give them is that you're going to take full accountability for their emotional eruption, then you're going to be in a difficult position, because more and more that fire is going to spread and that intensity is going to spread onto you until you're playing a part in this scene and playing a part in this chemical reaction. And the other part is attention. If you don't have to pay attention and keep these people around you, say for example it's in a working environment, say for example it's someone that you have to just tolerate as opposed to allow them into your life, well, the attention that you're willing to give the fire starter would be absolutely imperative to preventing the fire. Because you are left in these what the fuck moments, and particularly if people are attracted to the fire starter, could be someone who's very, very sensitive or not very good with their emotions themselves. So in the relationship dynamic, the fire starter is the agent of the emotion, whereas the other person in the relationship dynamic is all there literally sweeping up the ash as if you're a chimney sweep. And for those that have ever heard the expression of firefighting, it's a difficult way of trying to hold back the spreading of the fire, and it can be very, very exhausting, both emotionally and physically, to try and manage fires from spreading. So if you are an emotional fire starter yourself and you are in this position where you're able to apply some introspection, then you've really got to look at the idea of what is the catalyst that causes your fire. What is that one spark that causes you as an individual to create this chemical response of a fire? And the next question is, what is the cost of this fire? It's really important that we do not eliminate our emotions, however, find a way of navigating through them and utilizing them and taking emotion that is controlled and turning it into true passion that's directed and that's guided. But what is the cost of these emotional outbursts, these emotional eruptions that then ultimately scald and burn the people that are closest to them? And being aware of this, if you're doing any introspective work, is really, really important. It's not about extinguishing your fire and dulling the emotions. Still feel them, still be absorbed by them, but do not be controlled by them, in the sense that then you are ultimately scalding and burning or scorched earth the whole of your environment, your social circles, your family, your friends, your opportunities.